Victor's building. Yeah. Let's see who's making their way to the ring.
Mr. Yerb.
Pretty chubby flaco, dímelo mi gente.
Yes,
right?
we
Yeah.
are one stop closer to the road to WrestleMania and the road to the No Nice Things tailgate, ladies and gentlemen.
Tell 'em about
18 days away to be exact. And we're here with you
18
every
days.
second on that road. We got some Raw and Smackdown recasts for you. We have some Kofi-Mania for you this
Ooh.
week. But
Spicy topic.
But
Spicy.
first,
spicy.
let's get them some of that sizzling news that we give them every week. What's jumping this week?
So the Young Bucks
What about 'em?
Those guys.
made a special appearance
they
at,
still alive?
at a AAA event this past weekend and defeated the Lucha Bros and are the new tag team champions
Really?
for AAA.
So they still got it, huh? They still wrestle those guys?
I think so.
Oh, wow.
And funny thing about that is all the Hispanic fans, they were not down with it.
Oh.
Yeah, they were.
No?
They were like, "Who the hell are these gringos in the ring?"
All of
carry on.
you are wild disrespectful right now. Because you're just going to start the show and we're not going to do a single shot?
Ooh.
Really?
I
Like, you're
don't-
just going to do that. You're just going to go, like, all in.
I think
mean,
that was the intention.
Off your belly
I
button?
think I will exclude myself. I was the first one to grab the bottle. Shout out to Jim Beam's Devil Cut.
And the Molson. We got to have the Molson. Shout out to Canada and all Canadians. The best things
Ooh.
come from Canada.
Provecho.
So,
Back to Winnipeg.
you think people are going to NXT or what? I hear the main roster stars are going back down.
What's up with that, yo? I heard some noise about some
First and foremost,
call downs. Is that a call down?
y'all just gonna overlap.
Yeah,
overlook
I
the fact-
actually believe it is a call down.
Wait, hold the fuck.
You know
Well,
what?
hold the
I
fuck
opened
hold
up a
on,
can of
hold on.
worms.
Wait a minute. Y'all really gonna miss over the fact that the Young Bucks won in AAA because they're gonna defend it on
Double or
AEW?
nothing?
Double or Nothing.
Yeah, that's what it's leading up to. I mean,
All right.
I missed
Yo,
the
we
part.
mentioned that?
I mean, we all caught it, but I
yo,
mean-
I thought
I
that
missed,
was
I
was
missed
so
it,
obvious.
motherfucker. God damn it!
Hey,
welcome back, Elite Steve.
Gran mierda.
Shit!
Speak louder, bro.
Oh.
Raise your hand, bro.
I'm not as Hispanic as you guys.
Damn.
'Cause I'm Latino, motherfucker.
Yo, wear your
Talk
pants.
to him.
Where are your pantalones?
This motherfucker always with the pants, bro.
Off.
I think he left them at
Check
the
the
bingo
bottom
hole.
of the
What kind of belt is that, bro?
It's not a belt, it's a title.
It's dick skin.
Grade A meat.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Anyways, moving on.
Demotions? Can we talk about demotions?
Talk to them.
Son, moving from the main roster to NXT, is it or is it not a demotion?
There was a video from WWE that they just put out a couple days ago, actually, saying that it's not going down. It's just moving to a different roster.
That's what they gotta say when they fire you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they
Right.
gotta say when they demote you.
I am not comfortable with two.
So
two
who we
of these
talking
people.
about?
Don't
demoting?
consider this.
Two on this
Don't
list.
consider this a demotion. Consider this a learning opportunity.
Ah.
You'll come back stronger and better and more prepared for this level.
Oh.
I don't know if I
this
believe
level.
I'm so down.
Yes.
I don't know
Yeah.
if I believe that because they're talking about the Bar, Alexa Bliss, and all these people going back to NXT.
Well, what are they doing on the main roster? That's the point. The
But
point
that's the
is
point.
like,
You
what
have
are you
3
doing?
shows now.
Mm.
They're branding it as a separate.
You know
So-
what?
So this to legitimize NXT as the third brand, not the development.
I can see NXT so dead right now. Now after these
Listen,
call-ups
if
that
at
are
one point ECW was a third brand, then why not NXT?
Yeah, exactly.
So now that you guys are saying that, right?
Because
it's-
what was ECW at the time, anyways? It
Basura?
was no. It was NXT that wasn't called NXT. Paul Heyman ran that
It
show.
was a developmental, yeah.
So with that being said, right now that like you mentioned these 3 brands, does it feel like SmackDown is gonna be like its own legitimate standoff brand? Because
Its own entity?
reports are right that Fox said that it's got to be more aggressive, it's got to be more violent. Ronda Rousey's got to be on it, Brock Lesnar's got to be on it. Those are all the rumors.
Well,
So like, are they coming? Yeah, this guy's like wrestling a fucking plastic bear over there. You motherfucker.
And the bear won.
The Sour Patch Bears.
Sour Patch.
Ooh,
I don't know if
Speaking
you guys.
of Baron Corbin,
Oh Jesus Christ.
fucking salt.
In regards to that, the move over to Fox, they've been upping their game on SmackDown every single week. Like the show's gotten more and more wrestling based. You don't really see those segments that are like goofy anymore. It's very straight to the point. And
You right?
Brock Lesnar,
I didn't want to interrupt him.
Brock Lesnar is rumored to be heading over to that brand ASAP once they make the move.
Brock
So
Lesnar.
Just remember what happens after Mania. Roster shifts, right? So they're
Well,
gonna build to that. They're gonna make
SmackDown-
SmackDown into Raw.
yeah, pretty much because it's gonna be on the bigger network. They're gonna need the star power over there.
So does that mean we're finally gonna get some quality Raws?
No,
No.
Hell,
because
no.
the creative,
No.
because the creative
No.
team doesn't
Did
ship.
you watch
Is
this
SmackDown? Is SmackDown gonna be 3 hours?
No, no.
Maybe not today,
Maybe not tomorrow.
but someday. Someday it will. You doing all right, JP? You look like you had too many Sour Patch Kids and now you all fucked up.
I am not a fan of Sour Patches, and I just remembered. It just fucking hit me.
Your lips look like a fucking spicy asshole. You were like,
Better get some hemorrhoid cream.
damn, you better.
Speaking of hemorrhoid creams,
Wow.
Oh,
who's
Jesus.
going into retirement?
Oh man,
Adam Rose.
baby.
Kind of. He's going into retirement.
About
Move it.
time.
Yeah, take the party somewhere else. He's gonna
Jesus Christ.
moving on. WWE sides. Wait, fuck you guys. Yo, I never got that bottle, so I brought my own. Fuck
Yo,
you.
for real. Can we like get that shit started on this
Yo,
side?
so keep that shit
no,
that way,
pass that
bro.
here first.
This is a non-alcoholic section.
Oh, all right. I really do appreciate. Hey, man, you guys should always have a designated
Esos
driver.
los
Designated
gringos.
driving is very
Esos son los
safe.
gringos.
And thank you for being.
I gotta be sober for when I hit it.
Que no toma.
Jesus.
Wow. All right.
that's a lot, ladies and gentlemen.
That's all right.
So,
He's a
He will
gentleman.
hit it.
Yeah.
Hit it with a candlestick.
Hey, oh.
Fucking fail.
How about DJ Z? You think he's gonna hit it with a kendo stick?
He's gonna get hit with one.
NXT? Rule,
Or 205.
Oh. You think he's going straight to
205?
205?
He
Five.
should.
I think they
205.
view 205 as the same level as NXT,
Yeah.
like
But is
NXT, all that stuff.
I think DJZ could replace TJP.
Oh yeah, they both
they-
have
they-
letters.
He is a veteran.
They
Yeah.
both
He is a veteran.
they both have letters. Yes.
Yeah.
And we're HPC, so.
Hey.
Hey.
No one's signing.
How
us,
about Renee Young's pointers?
Shout out to him being on the fucking. The
What
Titan
was
Games
she
too, by the way.
given?
Who's that?
DJ Z was.
Yo,
in the
you
Titan
love
Games.
to fucking go back to a
Cause you
previous
niggas think
subject.
that shit. I'm here to keep
Listen
you
up,
to date.
brother.
This is some important information.
Savage.
This is
Choking on
important
these Sour
information,
Patch
and
Kids.
the people need to know. That's
Yo,
what
let
they
me get
tune
one,
in for.
brother.
Yeah,
They
pass-
need to know.
Let me get one, brother.
Let me get some of these so I can't hear this motherfucker. Yo, fucking mute him out.
How
Oh,
else?
here, have a Cabbage Patch Kid,
How
motherfucker.
else
Have
are
a
they
bunch
gonna
of these fucking things, bro. Shit.
My hair. Bro.
Yo, we going off the roof on the fucking thing too, by the way. That's just dope.
Fuck sound.
I still don't like him though.
Word. It's a big bird.
You know what I don't
we
like?
need a fucking bowl for those things, man.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. All right. So, now we can't talk. This is a great idea.
Great idea.
Holy shit. JP, I know what you're saying.
Renee Young.
So Renee Young.
So maybe Renee Young needs to have some Sour Patch Kids? Is that what WWE is saying?
No.
Look, I get no credit for that segue. Fuck all of you. All right. Renee Young, supposedly, in some kind of evaluation or some shit, they told her to talk less. Wow. All right, have a Sour Patch
I mean,
Kid.
she barely talked as it was.
To talk less.
She barely
Yeah.
talked.
One of the
That's
main
sexist.
complaints about Renee Young is that she's not able to kind of
Express
step
herself?
into it. You know what I mean? Elaborate a little bit on her thoughts on what she's seen.
I mean, she also says a lot of nothing too.
Is there?
Like
So that's why they're telling her to say less.
What?
they just need to get out of the commentators' mouths.
That's what
Like-
she said.
Yeah. She just not. Maybe can't do it. That's it. Nothing wrong with that.
A lot of people can't because of Vince breathing down your neck.
It's
Like,
true. It's overwhelming.
Need to press the thing.
So might as well
It's not gonna work.
change it up. Who would you bring up?
absolutely no one. Go back to a two-man
Go
team.
back to two-man team.
Yeah, man. Why not?
I'm
why not?
tired of three-man teams, man.
So
Yo, why
Corey
can't-
Graves and Michael Cole.
Oh, please. Yo, just no Michael Cole.
No, Corey Graves and Tom Phillips
Tom
on Raw.
Phillips.
man.
Wasn't Michael
Yo.
Cole leaving too, by the way?
So is the
Supposedly.
change for that
Eventually.
coming from after
He's been
Mania?
leaving for the past 5 years or some shit, though.
After Mania?
Hope so.
Remember, it's splitting into 3 different
Remember.
brands now. So they may.
We need
I tried to stay with you,
I was
yo.
gonna let it
I
go,
tried.
but-
I was like, no.
We're talking about 3 major.
Yo,
Wait, what
snap
happened?
into a Slim Jim, yo.
I don't know.
Remember me.
Oh, my God.
Shout out to Coco.
Cocoa
Disney's
these
sponsor.
nuts.
Is that what
So-
you use?
Cocoa butter. Cocoa butter.
Off the rails. So, if we're saying 3 major brands for WWE, 2-man teams may work.
Yeah, maybe.
No,
or
but
maybe not.
who's on NXT, right?
Mauro
Nigel?
Ranallo.
Oh my God, Mauro.
Nigel McGuinness.
Mhm.
And Percy Watson.
Percy Watson.
Other than
We need
the
Ronaldo.
bipolar
We need Ronaldo
rock
on
and
Raw.
roller.
Oh, you can thank JBL for none of that.
Son,
Yeah.
I think
Papi?
that if Mauro was on Raw, it would change the whole scope of the show.
Or watch them
Well,
put. Or
well,
watch.
there's-
I really
Or
do.
would you
But there's
rather-
a problem with that because he wouldn't be able to go and do what he does on NXT.
Nah, they got to
It's-
like. I'm just saying, like, if he could be himself, right?
That's the thing; they won't let him be.
If he could be,
There might
it could
be
change
Raw.
the whole scope of
no,
Raw.
no, no. Of course, I agree
because,
with you. I agree with you.
Like, yo, he does a really awesome job of meshing like the storyline and what's happening in the ring, and then helping narrate that flow of action.
Yeah.
Like
Play is
that's
not
what,
easy.
That's so it's not an easy job. And then like Michael Cole does it. We say he does a shit job, but then he's like plugging Twitter and plugging all this shit. Like he's got requirements that he's got to hit. So he really can't tell the story.
We're just more tired.
And even when he does, it's not. It doesn't feel special. Like there's nothing special about what he says. It's very grating.
He's not JR.
He's not JR. But I mean, I don't want him to be JR. Like Mauro's not JR.
I mean,
He just feels familiar.
we
I
all
think-
appreciate all of them for what they are. Like Tony Schiavone still gets love. You know what
Tony
I mean? Like,
Schiavone has a
Look,
voice, bro.
at the end of the day,
MLW.
though, a lot of these commentators don't have a voice that stands out. A lot of these guys sound the same, man. Like
That's
what makes certain people stand out is the way they talk. Like JR's voice,
They're
that
very
was
distinct.
iconic.
It wasn't. I mean, yes, it was his voice, but
But it's
also
it's
like
the delivery, the vocabulary.
man, yeah, it was so much more.
No,
man.
that's not the point I'm trying to make.
That
though.
man has a family. You know what I mean? Like,
That's not the point I'm trying to make, though.
Just- just
a
commentary
lot of
that's
these guys
synonymous
sound
to our
like cookie
memories.
cutter, like, you know.
It's the ability to use dialogue that's synonymous with our memories. I mean, like we
Dialogue?
remember
Dylan.
it's
One of the-
commentary that
one
we
of the
just
5 best
remember when
rappers
it
of
comes
all
to the
time.
shit we saw. You know what I mean? Because when we're watching as viewers on pay-per-view, you're hearing the commentary, right? It's very different from a live performance, right?
Well, I mean, going back to like Renee, how do you guys feel about this whole Kofi storyline? Right? Let's tease a little bit here, right?
Tease because we're going to touch
Just a
on it
tip.
later.
Just a tip, though.
So we've got a story. Well, we got this news, right, that Renee is kind of being dissed. People are spinning that a little bit to say that it's because she's a woman. I mean, make from it what you will. The facts are that, well, I mean, I don't even know if they're facts, right? These are rumors. But the rumor is that she was told to say less. Like, how deep does this storyline go? Is it
going to
storyline,
war.
right?
Women, we're going to war.
No, but is the storyline like, is this completely coincidental, or is this like part of the storyline that Vince is like kind of a racist?
I don't think that part of it is. I think the
sexist.
Kofi storyline definitely is digging deep into
So you
that.
just think this Renee thing coming out
I think this
is
is something.
complete coincidence?
I don't even
Honestly,
think it's a
yeah.
storyline, yo. I just think it's just the fans shooting.
It's a fact.
Because a lot of
working
fans
everybody
have
on
been.
this shit.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
A lot of the fans they cry for the Attitude Era, and then when they get a little pushback,
It's a
you know,
wrap.
they can't handle it.
She hasn't been terrible, but it's not.
She hasn't
amazing.
added anything
It's not
since
anything
joining.
special, right?
Like Booker T added a lot more than she did, and that's not saying a lot.
Who's
I'm
better?
coming for you.
Otunga?
Oh, tell me God, no.
No, hell no.
The fact that he still has a place in this company is ridiculous.
He's their lawyer. Apparently.
Is he?
Not Jennifer
No.
Hudson.
Wow. Moving on.
That's right.
You trying to get
That's
raw?
Get
some
the
raw.
best.
That's some
Brought to
raw
you by
detail.
Raw.
Aye.
So, how's Raw
The
starting?
champ. The champ opens up the show.
Blah, blah, blah.
I
They
was
have a
bored
segment.
until Rollins came out with a chair and started whacking guys.
Yo,
Stuff.
16 times. 16 times he hit this man. And then
Damn,
people,
16 shots?
That's
16
it?
shots.
Yeah, you just had to look at the cameraman to find that out.
Yeah. So the cameraman was having a seizure on
That
the
was
side.
a
I'm glad
lot.
somebody
Shout out
reported
to
that.
memes
Epilepsy's
everywhere.
real, guys.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kevin Dunn. I hope he paid for all their workman's comp fucking back problems, carrying that fucking 50-pound camera and shit.
Yo.
But that segment was dope, and it was a callback to the Attitude Era, and people were like shitting on it. I don't know what the fuck what do you want?
But that's the thing. Nobody knows what the fuck they want. And they're gonna bitch and moan when people aren't in the position that they want
They're
them
new
to be.
fans. They're newbies. I don't think they know how to act right now.
And that's why they get no nice things. So
I'm-
see
no,
us
no.
at the tailgate, no nice things.
I
Is it
see
the
y'all,
bottom
but
seven?
fuck
Where's
all
it
that.
at? I don't see
Fuck
it.
all that. The problem is that they fans are feeling the same way I felt seeing that shit. That's what we see Brock do. That's the only thing we see Brock do.
Right.
If Brock is fighting on Raw once in a blue, if he's beating people up, that little angle that they did where he retreated and is laughing and is not gonna fight, it would be okay. But that's all we see him do. We seen the man wrestle, but a handful of times in a year.
He's doing his job
And-
perfectly.
Yes.
And
He's
but that's why
doing his
people are
job
mad.
You see?
perfectly. But you're supposed to be mad. You're not supposed
This
to be
is
happy.
This is
Like,
the baby face in you.
Yeah, exactly.
This is disgusting.
He's a prize fighter. I know.
You see, we gotta take another shot to like
I know.
of the devil's cut. Maybe
I
we can
know.
cut some of that baby face
I
out.
know. I know.
Yo,
moving
Brock
on.
Lesnar does an amazing job here, just being a douchebag, and I loved it. But moving on, right?
Bobby Lashley,
He looked
Leo
a little
Rush
scared.
versus Finn Balor and Braun Strowman.
How the fuck we talk about this?
No Sami Zayn.
Shout out to Leo's punchline. He goes, "The leprechaun's mad that you got his pot of gold around your waist." I was like, "Oh, that's nice." Pretty
All
nice.
right. Moment
but
of bliss
That was the highlight. Moment of shit again.
Nah, I actually like this segment.
my
I thought it was
God.
hilarious.
with Elias.
Yeah, I thought it was fucking hilarious.
I mean,
Just to have Otis come out and fuck the whole thing up,
Yo,
and her delivery on like, "Come on, Otis!" Like we rehearsed this 10 times. It was a nice little comedy break in between there because God knows the show fucking needed something.
yo, I will say, I kind of got a little bit of a hint of that. Alexa Bliss is our new sexual perpetrator.
Yeah, right.
On the show.
She's getting a little
She's-
edgier.
She's doing what the guys used to do in the 90s, right?
but it's great.
She's the
And
one who
it's great.
she's the
It's
one who
great.
pushed for it.
I'm with
So-
it. I think it's awesome.
Hey,
and shout
look.
out to the commentating team actually pointing out the fact that Elias is a built fucking guy.
Yo, he's
The
jacked
first
as
time,
shit,
The
bro.
first time I have actually heard
Yeah.
them like, yo, he's jacked.
Also,
Which
shout
is
out.
something they didn't do for Triple H back in the
Yo,
day.
he looks so much like Scott Hall, son. Yo, you gotta look back at Scott Hall. Yo, Scott Hall was
But he has
jacked.
Triple H's build though.
No, that's a
Yeah.
lot.
Wow,
Does he have those
bad.
wings?
I
yo?
thought he looked more like Macho Man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Well, yeah,
Macho
Elias,
Man.
yeah.
But
Nah,
he's
but-
just a
For
bigger
WCW
Macho
Macho
Man.
Man.
He's a bigger Macho
Yo,
Man. though.
bigger Macho Man. Yo,
Yeah.
Macho Man was big,
Yeah,
dog.
Macho
Macho
Man
Man
was pretty
wasn't
big.
Hold
that
on.
No, he was big in WCW.
Yo, he was bone saw,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
He was big.
No Way Jose looked pretty big too.
Yeah,
Yo, he did look
I
pretty
just hate
jacked.
the
I was
fucking
just
hairstyle.
about to say.
No way, Jose.
Did anybody notice?
That wasn't Noemi.
Oh, shit.
Naomi?
No,
Naomi?
No, no, she's Dominican. No, I mean.
Noemi.
Noemi. Hey, dame ese sancocho.
braids, yo, it's terrible.
Esa
look,
tipa
bro.
Noemi.
Ese sancocho.
It's an eyesore, bro. Why?
I don't know. I thought it was something.
Nah, I'd
Come
rather
on.
eat shit. That's
Nah,
terrible.
Wouldn't
You
be the
got a
first time.
low.
I was just gonna say,
Yeah.
nice little shout out to Pentagon.
Mm,
He was wearing a Pentagon Junior mask.
He was.
So
He was. And that was a nice difference, him being in the actual line and shit.
yeah,
To fuck him up.
Yeah, yeah,
that was
yeah.
pretty good.
the whole I think that was a really good segment.
It was.
Like people can fight me on that.
A
one.
WrestleMania pre-show?
I love the fact that he's the musical attraction.
Yeah,
That
I
is-
think that's great.
that's
I
pretty
think
great.
Cena's gonna
it gives
interrupt him
it
now.
gives The Rock something to do.
The Rock. I think The Rock. Yo, if it's not The Rock, man, these Sour
Cena,
Patch Kids
Cena.
are awful, yo. I can't say shit.
Speaking about awful,
Oh,
Kurt Angle announces his WrestleMania opponent.
God,
But-
that was the worst part
Yo.
of the segment.
What a segue.
Wow.
But
Damn, you guys suck.
that
So who
match.
thinks it's a work? Who thinks it's a shoot?
I think it's a
Wait,
work.
wait, let's talk about the match first.
Chad
Because
Gable?
you know
Nah.
what? We don't need to talk about Corbin no more.
You're right.
That match was pretty good.
It was dope.
It was an
Oh,
old
Gable?
Kurt Angle
Gable?
going
Oh, yeah,
against
yeah.
a young Kurt Angle.
Yo,
Like,
the
yeah.
storyline is amazing, right? It's just unfortunately Kurt Angle can't go the way he used to.
yo, you think they can like rewrite and retcon the whole thing and just make Chad Gable his son?
If anybody, yo, son, why not?
They should have gone that angle.
Somebody
on
wrote
purpose.
online,
Yeah, for
fuck.
real.
They were like, it should come out that Chad Gable fucking changed the DNA sample.
Yeah, some shit like that.
Ah, that's funny.
And that he could be like, I'm your real son.
But the
Like,
thing
you
is,
gotta
Kurt
face
Angle
me at WrestleMania.
reportedly has jungle.
But then you have to acknowledge
Yeah,
Jason Jordan was a thing ever.
Yeah.
That's all right. It's not like he can wrestle. He'd be like,
But that's my point.
I
Like
don't know who I am.
I mean, this could lead to a Jason Jordan, Chad Gable.
he's not
angle.
wrestling anymore.
No,
His
because
neck
but,
is shot.
But
Yeah.
Kurt, who Jason Jordan?
Yeah. He's probably never wrestling again, unfortunately.
That's terrible.
Fuck
Yeah,
him.
he was a talent. But wow.
Jesus.
You know what? Fuck Baron Corbin. All right, we
Yeah.
have to talk about that. How are you
Of
gonna just skip
course.
over that? Yeah, it's a fucking nothing burger of the year.
The problem is that we're
With
about to have
cheese.
7 hours of disappointment, and that can only take so much.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, the match ain't gonna be 7 hours.
Is that what you
No,
want
but
to say?
WrestleMania will be.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Who works tomorrow? I mean, the following day.
I do. I do.
the day after what?
Someone should have took off.
After
The
Mania.
No Nice Things tailgate,
That's right.
April 7th.
April 7th.
All right. So,
What
I
up?
think it's a work.
That.
You think it's a work?
I think it's a work. Baron Corbin is bullshit. Like that's gonna be the.
I
either-
think we hope it's a work.
He's gonna get
Cena's,
squashed.
Cena's
More than
coming
we
out.
think it's-
Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna get squashed. Watch, it's gonna be a real match.
Okay,
Corbin's
well-
gonna get mashed up. Fucking Kurt Angle's wife tweeted that she was like, "Oh,
No,
this
she
is
did.
underwhelming,"
Yeah.
and
And she
fucking
said it should have been Cena.
it should have been
It should
Cena.
have been Cena.
And then
She
did you
tweeted
see?
that and she deleted it right away.
Did you see Cena's Instagram?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
She put an old school picture of her.
Yes.
I'm just saying, this is
It
a
couldn't
work.
be a work, yeah.
Well,
remember,
not
Cena
for
puts
nothing.
posts and he don't say shit.
Yeah,
Well-
no. But not for nothing though. Cena does this a lot. He was even doing Kenny Omega trolls when
He did.
So
Yeah.
let's not read into that too much.
Yeah,
Okay,
y le
now
come
what if-
mierda.
Now, what if Kurt Angle comes out, Baron Corbin comes out, and then the lights turn off, Undertaker comes out?
Oh, that's
I
still a
wouldn't be
letdown.
too mad.
No, that's still a letdown because I'd rather have Demon Finn versus
my-
Undertaker if
my
that's gonna be
6-year-old
Undertaker.
won't be happy. Let's just say that. So he's really banking on Cena.
Mello will be Oh, yeah.
He's really banking on Cena.
Yeah.
So
I
that's what
mean,
I'm rooting
look,
for.
If it's gonna be my first WrestleMania, and I don't hear Cena's music, I'm gonna be a
Oh,
little
yeah.
bit tight. Like,
Oh, you're gonna be tight?
yeah, I'm gonna be a little tight. Like,
I would have been too tight.
Nah, because I'm trying to chant John Cena sucks,
Mhm.
and I don't get that opportunity. What kind of shit is that?
Right, for that regard, yeah. You
One final time.
La última vez.
What else we got?
What doing
Wide angle.
Felt like nothing.
What
Oh
else we
God,
got?
the
Go ahead,
Boston
yo.
hug connection.
Bunch of fails there.
So I got one highlight. Had nothing to do with none of the 4 participants here. It was when Tamina actually came and cleaned house, yo.
Tamina, yeah, yo.
It was pretty dope the way she did it.
Yo, this match was awful.
But everything else
Yo,
I
but-
like what's it called? Sasha and Bailey fucking botched that shit ass like assisted drop
That was
kick.
on SmackDown, but yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you're getting ahead of yourself.
Yeah, where you're right. I feel-
Asshole.
But no, not for nothing though. You're not entirely
No,
wrong.
because I forgot all this entire match because
Yeah.
Beth Phoenix and Natalia do nothing.
So I actually saw like genuine happiness from Bailey and Sasha.
Oh, but you know what? You know
Until
who gives a
they-
fuck? You know who gives a fuck?
Until
Not
Beth
me.
Phoenix and Natalia started talking.
No.
'Cause at
You know
that
who
point,
gives
it
a
was
fuck
fucking
about
terrible.
this feud right now? Nobody.
Nah,
Why
nah.
the fuck do these two have the titles right now?
Where were they at? Philadelphia? They definitely did it.
No, they're
Chicago,
in Chicago.
Chicago? They definitely didn't give a fuck about it.
Dude, these two are destroying the credibility of those tag team titles already.
Yep.
It should have been Trish Stratus and Lita, damn it.
If not them, it should have been the Iconics, who had a better showing at Elimination Chamber than they did.
They definitely did. But once again, that means this just leaves room for them to losing it. So the question
They
is,
need to lose
who
that
wins
shit
it?
ASAP.
Who do you want the straps on?
I just told you my pick.
Who was it?
The Iconics.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Who's next?
Mandy Rose or Sonya Deville aren't a thing anymore.
Ricochet
So-
and Jinder Mahal.
Mahong.
I just hope it's not.
Ricochet is God.
It's not Nia Jax and Tamina.
God, no.
It's good to
Ricochet.
see him go 1-on-1 and get a win.
Moving
Maybe
on.
keep it like that.
Raw Women's
But see,
Championship.
this is the exact point I was trying to make a couple weeks ago. Nobody gives a fuck if Ricochet beats Jinder Mahal.
They could do this all day.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
This is how you write the call up.
It's
But
just
Ricochet
them.
hits a
It's just them
630.
being able to say he beat a heavyweight champion. It's
But
just-
former-
Ricochet hits a
former
630.
and at the end of the day, it doesn't really affect
Which
any other thing.
which
that's
nobody
annoying, so.
believes he should have been
Yeah.
champ in the first place. So
Yeah.
what does that do for
It
credibility?
was fucking marketing
Nothing.
scheme 101, but
Of course.
I don't know. I thought he did his thing.
Of course you
He
did.
did.
Speaking
but
about
it's just-
doing their thing, Ronda Rousey against Dana Brooke.
So this is a very
Oh.
awkward segment.
Oh yeah, because she brought out her wife beater husband.
Wow.
Fuck Travis Brown.
Wow.
Ooh,
That's how you feel?
that's a lot.
Yeah, no, that's how I feel, man. Fuck that dude.
Fuck him.
So he's a
Fuck 'em.
wife beater? Is that something you?
Yeah,
I
that's
got,
a legit thing.
So Dana
Was it
Brooke
white or
gets-
was it black?
Don't matter.
Wow.
But
I
he
got a
can't-
black one on today.
He definitely ain't beating
Show me.
Ronda.
What's happening? What the fuck is happening?
He ain't definitely put his hands on Ronda.
Yo,
like that.
What the
He's an
fuck?
MMA
Like,
fighter
what
himself.
the fuck
I
is
think-
happening?
I
know,
think
but
Ronda
could
beats him
defend
up.
herself, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not against
Ronda
him.
gonna take that shit.
I don't know,
Listen.
man. I feel like that guy shouldn't get involved. Like,
Yeah, I thought that shit was so weird.
Well,
Now, something that Bubba Ray tweeted, and I agreed with.
nope,
Yeah,
nope,
bring in Conor McGregor.
nope.
Bring him
Because
in.
now you're taking the
not?
shift away from the women when this is their moment.
Travis is all up in it.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
He's
It
already
don't
all
matter.
up
Let
in
the women have their moment, bro.
Yo, what if Travis hits Becky? And then
That's
everybody's like, "You wife me!" Like it just gets crazy.
Wow.
that's a
You're taking
lot.
away the moment from the women, dude.
But they already doing
I
that.
agree, but I think they're already doing that. Like, why include it? He had no purpose.
There was no reason behind that. But they did.
I just think it's a shit move.
To even put him in was a shit move. I think. I don't
Well, we're gonna talk about a lot of shit moves.
even
as far as the
Mrs.
company
Dad,
direction.
man, that shit was corny too.
But Mrs. Dad, right? That was
That
another
shit was
angle, right?
Horrible.
I mean, it's all down to one person making these decisions, right?
Yeah, I mean these moves have
Does
been
it-
done before.
Does
Is
it
he a
play into?
racist?
But does it play into
Is
the
he a sexist?
sexist angle?
Is he a racist? Is he a sexist?
I just think that's see now that's a 2019 thing, man. That's everybody's so like sensitive and it's like, oh,
No.
because of this storyline is he sexist? Is because
No,
is
because
he
I-
racist? It's
because
like-
there's a
No, he's
conversation
sexist for a whole
throughout
bunch of
the
other shit he
reasons.
did.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, the whole '90s era.
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
I mean, the fact that we have women's revolution now
But we never
It's a
complained
reason,
about. Nobody
right?
ever complained about it back in the
because
now,
nobody
now,
voiced it. Now everybody
people,
voices it,
everybody got
right?
a voice now, right?
Right, but I mean,
thank you, CM Punk.
Where people are allowed to have like shitty podcasts now and shit. Just
I'm
speak on
saying,
this
you're
shit, right?
saying
Like,
no
who
shit
allowed
about
us to have
sexism
this?
and racism.
We
No,
know
no,
nice
we
no.
won't, we won't mention no shitty podcast names,
Yeah, we won't.
But,
No nice
but
thing.
they know who they are, cause you ain't worth shit.
wow. Pretty chubby
The
Flacco
fuck?
was
That's
bad
what
at
the fuck I'm
somebody.
talking about. You're absolutely right.
You ain't
Cutthroats.
worth
We here.
shit.
Cutthroats, baby,
That's right.
cutthroats.
That's right.
That's right.
Speaking
What's
of
wrong with y'all,
cutthroats,
mother?
Well, your
Seven
mom's head job though.
Oh, damn. All right. Rein
Alright,
it in.
see,
Rein
hold
it
up.
in.
Yeah,
Rein it
yeah,
in. Rein it in.
I'm not trying to get stabbed up at the tailgate, bro.
Man, ain't nobody stabbing up nobody. It's a
All right.
wrestling tailgate.
I got a kendo stick. Yo,
I'm not trying to
Seth
get
Rollins and Drew McIntyre, they have themselves a match.
I've seen
Right?
harder
The only
heels
thing
on the
worth
back of my
watching on
boots.
Raw, man.
Wait, but before that, we had the Batista. The
Oh,
Batista
yeah,
on
right,
live
right,
via
right.
Satellite.
Alright,
Primer
he look-
impacto.
He looked like he was coked the fuck up.
Yo, Batista all the way from Tales from the Crypt.
Yo, what is your deal?
Like Beetlejuice.
He's
What is your function?
what is your function? What is your malfunction?
Oh my god.
Yo, like that was a straight throwback to when he quit way back in the day.
You know what I realized? Batista's better at shooting promos while he's being recorded than he is live.
Give me what I want.
Because he's
Give me
an
what I
actor.
want. Give me what I want. You know what I want. Give me what I want. I want it. I want it. Give it to
I
me.
want it.
I'm like, yo, all right, man.
All right, bro.
It was aggressive and simple.
I can see
I-
why
I-
Triple H did it.
I can see why you would say that, but let's not discredit his live promos either, because that one at SmackDown 1000 was.
That was
Fucking
that was
great.
beautifully
I
delivered.
agree, I agree. No, he said the promos. It's just it was a little rusty. This one, it worked, and I just wonder if it's because he had a camera in front of him, which he's been used to doing for some time now.
Well,
Yeah.
he wasn't moving that much, but we could still see him, so he was definitely moving. I don't know if you guys
Give him
remember-
what he wants.
Give him
Yeah.
what he wants.
You know what I want? I want to talk
Versus-
about this main event. Can we talk about it?
Yeah, because
What?
it's the only thing worth talking about on the
yeah,
show.
but even that was crapola.
You
Nah,
thought
the
it was
match-
crappy?
the
Yeah,
match was awesome.
legit. Are you kidding me?
What does it lead to?
It
It's
leads
gonna lead to
nothing.
his
Future
first
feud.
feud. Yeah, it's gonna be his first feud after he wins. I think.
Well, so here's the thing.
Right. Talk to us. because
So
scaring me right now.
commercials,
You
the
scaring me.
commercials came out, right? For like I forgot if it's the SmackDown after Mania or
None of that matters, though,
whatever.
because it always says car is subject to change.
All right, but either it's a brilliant troll job or it's something to talk about. I mean, why would you put? I think it was Seth Rollins going against Bobby Lashley for the IC, and fuck,
They've done these things numerous times before. This isn't like anything new.
And you sure it's not an old cropped picture that they're just using, maybe because it was previously promoted or made up
Well, at the end of the day,
beforehand.
what the promo
Carter's
meant
always
was
said
Before
that.
I'm talking before Seth was even in the title picture for them to,
No,
I feel like
this
Seth's
is
been
the
in
new
title picture. He
commercials.
was the
Royal
Rock,
Rumble.
yeah.
Okay.
But so at the end of the day, what this tells us is that potentially Seth is not going to win the WrestleMania.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Well, I mean, look at it this way. they advertised Jinder Mahal for the last pay-per-view before WrestleMania last year, and he lost it on a house show. So the card is subject to change.
Right.
Like, that can change at any
Right.
moment.
Any given moment.
So you can't really go off of that stuff.
Well, it's something to talk about. Just beware of the card, I suppose.
And dog. We always beware of dog.
What?
Kicked in or not?
You guys read those signs? It always says like beware of dog. Because
No,
chances
oh,
are there's a
oh,
dog.
God, yeah.
There's
okay.
the one like in the fence, behind the fence, will bite you.
The big dog.
The big dog, the big dog, get the big dog, the big dog. Here comes the big dog, the big dog.
Pero caliente.
Boss time, boss time.
Not
I
for
know who loves the
nothing.
dog.
Not for nothing, but the first time Roman came back to announce like he was good, Jesus Christ, Michael Cole sounded like he just busted the biggest nut in the world. He was like, the big dog.
Even Corey Graves was like, I've never seen that before.
I don't know why, but
So-
every time Michael Cole says the big dog, I think of Beethoven, right?
I think of Airbud.
That is a big dog.
Oh, no. You know what? The dog from the Sandlot. The big
Oh,
dog.
yeah.
Hercules. Dog.
That's a-
Hercules,
The big dog.
Hercules.
Yo, but
No
shout out
nice
to this
things,
interesting fact that WWE posted. I thought was interesting.
They've
Now
never
that we're
had
gonna
a
talk about
black-
the SmackDown episode,
Or African American wrestling champion.
or something along the lines of gauntlet matches. No one has ever finished one. Apparently, it's a interesting
They
fact.
about to learn today.
Even the famous Austin gauntlet that was ran versus the corporation, he lost to the last man against Big Man. I think was the last guy again.
You
So,
think?
Yeah.
I know.
So what you're telling me is, what we believe is reality. That this one person cannot go through all these people.
It's impossible.
Actually, the way they book it.
I
Yes.
think it's good. I think some may go deeper and say it's because of his ethnicity. Let's start
Oh,
SmackDown.
wait, all right, so
Let's go.
I mean,
The
Stone Cold
Miz,
was white and he
right?
didn't do it.
Hogan.
I'm coming for you,
Hey,
Ñaño.
yo, all right. The Miz comes. If he
The
doesn't
Miz,
open up
the
the
Miz,
Hall
it's
of
the
Fame
Miz.
speech with that, I will be disappointed. I will leave.
disappoint you will.
SmackDown, gentlemen. SmackDown.
The Miz comes out and he cuts the babyface promo of his lifetime. I thought he did a fucking splendid
Yo,
job.
he even gave a shout out
I-
to Coffee Kingston.
I really,
Yeah.
but it really shows
What
that the
kind of
roster is
coffee is it?
behind Kofi.
Cafe
right now.
Botella.
And that's all.
Jamaica-
That's good. That's good and all. But it makes me sick that AJ did it. Even
Nah,
after
why?
after Randy Orton
All
called
the
him out.
baby
No,
faces did
because
it.
it gave you the something in your mind to say, oh, AJ might come out to fuck with Randy to help Kofi.
That
Yeah,
I
that's
do
what I
agree. 'Cause I
thought.
did
That's
think
what
that
I
was gonna
thought.
happen. I thought that was gonna happen.
It's showing that the locker room is with him, and they're gonna do anything they can to help him get
Yeah.
there.
Not only that, AJ's good right now with the promo that him and Randy had last
Dude,
week.
that
Yeah.
feud, I'm
That-
actually
I
really
wanna see that.
excited for that
Not only,
feud right
not
now.
only the fact that I want to see that match, but the back and forth, yo.
back and
Like
forth
we've
was
talked
money.
about
It was
AJ
money.
like dropping the ball when it comes to
He
coming
was
back
on
at somebody.
point.
With Randy, Randy
That's
took
what
it
I
out
was
of him.
trying to say last
And
week.
the realism behind it.
Where has that AJ been? That AJ has not
But
been
look at the
anywhere in sight.
realism behind it. You
Right,
said
right.
You out here copying moves from other folks
Right.
after he came at him
He
for
called
copying the
what he called it,
diamond
a
cutter.
sloppy diamond cut. Oh,
Yeah, he called it
that's
sloppy
that's
diamond cutter.
I think
That's
the cool.
tough.
It
I
was
think
alright.
what I like about this feud the most is, you remember Randy Orton, the Legend Killer? He can be the Indie Killer now.
oh shit.
That'd be a great progression of his character.
We need to tweet that to him.
Yo,
Make sure he uses it.
Put that shit on Twitter right now.
Shout out to Elite Steve with the fucking gem of the day.
And hit us.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are gems.
Hit us
We're giving
up
you
on
for free.
Twitter at
For free.
HPC2 Sweet.
I honestly do think that would be a pretty dope gimmick for him because
Of course.
not only would
We
he
just
be
said that.
motivated again, but you would see that aggressive side to him
Yeah.
to go to any length.
And not for nothing, that's a beautiful segue for all these indie stars coming up to the card.
That's a great first feud
That's
for
a
them.
great first feud. It writes itself, right?
Yeah.
Because it wrote itself for all these legend killer matches, right?
And then what would be the next feud? Randy Orton against KO?
Oh, that would be dope.
That would be
I
a
mean,
dope feud because they
honestly,
both
at
got
this
their own
point-
version of a
At
stunner
this
right
point,
now.
anybody coming up from NXT, right? At the end of the day, you can have that that feud with anybody.
Hey, Vic,
Oh,
what is
wow.
it that you're doing?
So we just gonna
What
get
a
up
piece of shit
in the
you
middle
are.
Of this fire.
There's an opener right here, you hot
Yeah,
piece
but
of garbage.
I like
Fucking
that
Mojo
opener right
with
there.
two
It
legs.
says something about a man cave.
What
so I
a
was
piece
just like,
of
you know.
shit.
Just
This
giving
is
the
why
viewers.
we can't have any nice things. Of
None of
all
them.
the nice things that can ever be nice around you, there can be none of them.
I had to hydrate.
You know who
Piss
can't
in his
have
mouth.
nice things?
Who was this?
Us. Because we had to listen to another Boston Hug Connection promo. Thank God the Iconics came out to save us.
Did we cover how brutal the Miz one was though? Before that,
What? You thought it was bad?
Yeah, brutal.
Nah,
I
that
think
shit
the
was-
whole story is bad. Like,
The whole
where have y'all
story
been?
is bad.
Yeah.
The
They're
promo
making
was
it work
good.
though.
I just
thought-
don't like him as a face.
I don't like him
I
as a
don't
fake.
like none
But
of that
did you really listen to it, or were you distracted?
No, I was very distracted.
Fucking listen to that shit again and
Nah,
give
it's
him a
a
little
really
respect.
good
Yo,
promo. They're
he-
making it
Yo,
work right now,
and his
man.
thing.
And the Miz had that dope line where he said that Shane wasn't born best in the world. He was born the worst.
Oh,
Yeah.
That shit was dope.
All right, I'll check him out. but
Honestly, when
I
you
just
say
don't
it
him
like
as a
that,
face.
that's
Yeah,
the
it's terrible.
corniest fucking line I've ever heard in my life.
That
Bend over.
undersold it.
I work with a guy that.
But yeah, Boston Hug, like Steve was saying, is just trash. I can't deal.
All right, so we'll just
Didn't
talk
the
about.
Iconics had a botch?
Yo,
That
no.
wasn't the
Oh,
Iconics,
oh,
but-
oh! I didn't.
That
I
wasn't
didn't
the
rewatch
Iconics.
it, but I saw a little.
That was
friction
Sasha
there.
and
That was
Bailey.
not on the
Bailey.
Iconics.
Yeah,
that was Sasha
yeah.
and Bailey.
Okay, Sasha Bailey.
Actually,
Oh.
good shit on
Peyton Royce to keep running the
because
ropes.
she kept running the ropes. They botched it the first time because they did an Irish whip, but they were too close together. They were too close to the ropes.
And whatever
So-
they were going for with the like picking her up and kicking her, that shit looks stupid.
Yeah, I think it was just they didn't execute it correctly. They were too close. They didn't know where to position themselves.
The
The
move
Irish-
just looks stupid regardless.
Wait,
I don't
When they
think it's
actually-
gonna be a
Hold
great
up.
move.
You're
No.
trying to tell me that Sasha and Bailey didn't see the third line on the ring?
No,
Like,
man, elementary, my dear Watson.
Elementary, man.
Yo, you know what's
Basic
you know who
shit.
probably has seen that third line? Dominic. That motherfucker's tall as shit. Little Dominic.
Hold up. I'm not done talking about this
Yo.
past segment though.
Really? Can we fucking move on? These
No.
bitches
The Iconics
fucked it
won.
all up.
They won.
The Iconics beat
Defeated-
the champs.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
won.
yeah,
Fatal.
Yeah.
So now it's a fatal four way.
This will put them in the
They
the title
deserve
picture.
to be in that
It's gonna be a
match.
multi-woman match.
Fatal
Does
four
that-
way.
Every match at
Um,
WrestleMania is gonna be multi.
In Multi-Mania
man.
35.
Well,
Me,
it's
your
still gonna
mother,
be
your
12
aunt, and your
hours.
sister
It's
are
And it's
fatal
still gonna
four
be
way.
12 hours.
well,
still
this
gonna
is
be
this is the problem with the WWE right now is
That's
nobody's
what five
willing. The fans are gonna bitch and moan about someone not being on the card, but then
Oh,
they
that's a
complain
four-way.
that too many people are on the card. Which
I
one
mean,
is it?
I mean, you need a balance
do
of
you-
the two.
Do you?
I do understand.
You don't make
Of
every
course.
title defense a fucking fatal four way. Like,
Okay, that's not my point at all.
but,
like my
but that's what
point.
they're doing.
My point is the fans are gonna bitch regardless.
WrestleMania
Yes.
is gonna wind up being 2 days long, yo.
But
Well,
shit,
Wrestle
down.
Kingdom is next year.
Yeah, so look at that. That's
We're
where
gonna
that's,
be
that's
long.
where we're headed.
We're gonna be at WrestleMania till Wrestle Kingdom. That's what's gonna end up happening.
I got shit to do today. That's
Yo,
why-
can I
Look.
get these fucking bottles? What are you guys doing over here? You don't get paid to babysit by the fucking hour. Come on.
I will indeed hire you guys though if you guys work weekends and shit. So,
Wow.
Weekends.
You know who you can also hire? Dominic, because apparently he can take care of anybody.
son,
So-
it's a
how
weird
tall was
transition watching SummerSlam 2001. The hell
You didn't see it?
and now.
Nah.
He's like fucking 6'1". He's tall as shit,
Well,
yo.
wait, Mysterio's my height, so it's cool.
He's like the height of 3 Rey Mysterios.
His wife.
Yeah, nah.
Está
What's
alto.
happening right now?
But
But
he wrestling though?
So
He's
yeah.
He's
a
training.
wrestler,
He's
remember? He's
training
training,
with.
right?
He's
So Rey
training with Lance
Mysterio-
Storm.
yeah, so Rey Mysterio got a fucking champs at the IC at
No, the United States.
I mean the
United
US.
States.
Thank you.
The
Yeah,
US.
yeah,
The
the US.
Versus
SmackDown
who?
IC.
Samoa Joe.
Yeah, pretty much.
What do
There
you think about
goes,
that
there
match?
goes another Cena potential match.
Yeah.
He should have been in the match. Honestly, I think if he wasn't gonna do the Kurt, I think he was perfect.
We could
for
still
that
have
role.
Samoa Joe and John Cena at SummerSlam.
Yeah, but it loses that. They were supposed to have a feud at WrestleMania last year, and they didn't get to because Samoa Joe got injured. So it kind of sucks that we're not gonna get to see that. But
Still room for next year.
you know what sucks even more is we're not gonna see Cien Almas. He's gonna be in the fucking Battle Royal. So
Oh, yeah, he's gigantic.
Yeah,
guys.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Just pull up a picture of
Dominic.
Dominic right
Little papi, baby boy Dominic. That was him at fucking SmackDown. Right here. Look at this fucking guy, bro.
Wow, he's
How
not
tall-
a looker. He's not a looker.
He probably sent Rey Mysterio to
He's
sleep.
gonna need a mask.
Yo,
yeah, for real.
I say they have a fucking match together. Rey Mysterio ends up giving him his mask and says, "You're Ray 3." And that's it. That's like the passing of the torch.
He's not gonna be
And
able
then
to
he
do
takes
Ray.
it off and turns heel.
He says,
He's
fuck
like,
your life. nigga.
Bobby!
Yo,
No, he says,
Maz.
Eddie Guerrero is my Bobby!
Oh, look.
Book it! Book it!
Wow.
The
No
Kevin,
nice
the
things.
Kevin Owens show.
Ugh.
Talking about no nice
I'm
Really?
not a fan of these fucking talk shows.
But
No,
I
they're
thought this
important.
one was good.
At least they fought.
Yo, so since Dominic could take a bump,
What do you mean?
think
At least they fought. They always fight on these talk
Well,
shows.
no, they don't. Not all. That bliss shit. They don't ever
They're
fight.
not gonna fight on that one.
You
They
need
don't-
it. Yo. What's your power with Bliss?
What's
yo?
your malfunction?
Yo, Bliss is because
Where's the bottle, yo?
she's obviously hurt. And I'm
No,
just,
she's not. She's
I'm
wrestling on house shows.
Yeah.
She should be wrestling at WrestleMania, not hosting WrestleMania.
they don't have no storyline for her.
Yeah, don't put her in a match for the sake of put. That's why we have 17 fucking matches.
So you rather see any of the 4 women?
So
that
you'd
are
rather have
potential
18
watch-
matches?
You want to see
No,
Naomi?
wait. Answer my question.
No,
18
I
matches
don't-
or not?
I'll be stay for every single match.
Yo,
Alright,
put on
that's
the
not the
gloves.
point, though.
I'll stay for every
Put on
single
the
match. Yes, it is.
motherfucking
That's not the point.
gloves.
The
Yeah.
point is,
You
want
asked me a
18
question.
matches.
I answered it. I would prefer 18 matches. I don't mind about the 18 matches. I'll consider for 20 matches. I don't care. I would prefer Alexa Bliss versus Asuka instead of Naomi versus Asuka.
All right, so then,
Mandy Rose versus Asuka. Sonya
But there's
Deville
just,
versus
there's no
Asuka.
storyline though. That's the problem.
You don't need a storyline. Those are
You
two
do,
main
though.
you
event
do need
women.
a storyline.
You do though.
You
But-
could do
but-
that in 2 weeks. 2-3 weeks. You could do that
You can though.
with those 2 women.
A
You
rush feud with people that aren't even on the
With
same brand.
18
But
matches,
Alexa
you're
Bliss-
not gonna focus on so
Alexa
many.
Bliss
so
could
many
cut a
matches.
great heel promo on Asuka.
It would-
and start a storyline
It
right
would.
there.
Yo,
That's not
Alexa
a heel.
Bliss in any match.
I'm not a fan of
was-
these
is
rush
better than any
feuds.
of the
They do it too much as
If
is.
she can wrestle, put her to wrestle. Why she's not wrestling? That's my thing with Alexa Bliss. And then you feeding us this stupid talk show shit. I could watch Ellen.
I've
I
seen.
could
I've
watch
seen. I've seen.
fucking-
So
Really,
wait,
that's your go-to?
Yeah,
so,
like
wait,
I
are
could
you,
watch.
Are you
That's
not a
interesting.
fan of talk shows? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not a fan.
So
of
you
talk.
never loved any of the previous talk shows?
Cutting
back in
edge.
the
No.
You didn't like the
No.
cutting
Piper-
Well,
Piper
Piper's
Pit?
Pit.
Piper's
Piper's
Pit.
Pit the
Come on, man.
coconut because they got physical.
Let's
they all get physical.
They do get
Just like-
physical.
just like
Forget
contract
Shawn,
signing.
did you
Just
forget
like-
Shawn Michaels went blind because of one of
Right,
the
just that's the Jericho one, yeah.
Well, his eye went all sorts of different ways, but
And then Marty Jannetty, the infamous one.
all right,
So
but
then-
Those are physical
Dude.
ones but they left
they're all
moments.
physical.
But they
Dude.
left moments. What moment has Alexa
You
Bliss?
gotta give her a chance,
left
my
you?
dude. You know how many Piper Pits there were before
You
the
know how
coconut?
many chances we've given Alexa Bliss on the mic?
3?
No, but you've
Shows?
forgotten about
Of her
Bailey.
segments?
Have you
Of her
forgotten about
segments? But I'm
Bailey?
talking about her
She'll
segments.
eventually
On the
have
mic,
a
on the
wardrobe
mic,
malfunction.
segment.
She'll
She
eventually
hasn't
have
had
one.
it. She hasn't had enough.
She'll have a Janet Jackson scene.
We just talked about Alexa Bliss being the new sexual perp, right? In the WWE.
That's moving forward now.
right, moving forward.
Moving forward.
And the only opportunity we've seen of this is during her segments. So what the
With
problem?
what you just
Okay.
said being said, you didn't think this segment was
confused.
any good, you piece of shit?
This one, that's why I said this one got physical. At least it got physical.
they
But
get
But you're
physical.
saying it's not
Yeah,
good.
What do you mean, dude?
I'm not a
Dean
fan.
Ambro-
of the,
Dean
I'm not a fan of the
Ambrose-
whole setup with a sit down.
All right, all right.
Dean
All right.
Ambrose and Nia Jax got physical
How
on a
many
moment of
times-
bliss.
how many
Dean
times did they do
Ambrose
it?
and
Okay.
Elias
Whoa, whoa,
got
whoa,
physical
that-
on-
You know what?
That
you know what?
means a
You know what?
different thing
You know
with
what?
Nia Jax.
Look, today is the anniversary, I believe, the 20-year anniversary of Austin and Rock backstage speaking before their rematch.
WrestleMania
And that was
17.
boring when it aired live until they cut it into the footage for the match and the main event.
You better watch your fucking mouth.
The
I
actual
don't-
interview,
Strong.
I do not-
claim.
You know what?
the full
It's-
interview that aired.
It's
on
certainly
Raw.
better after the video. I will say that.
better as a
But
package.
in the moment, I felt that shit, son.
Hell yeah.
I've had goosebumps at the
You
end of
see
the
that
night.
in a mask.
And I don't say that like looking back. Now that I look back, the fact that I remember those goosebumps and then I saw how it looked in the fucking in the cut up
But that's from the video, the edited video. That you
and
get
then
that
I saw the
goosebump shit.
match. No, man, nah. That
But
shit
no,
was
he's saying the complete
legit.
package makes
Yeah.
you feel.
Oh,
like
the
that.
whole.
He said,
Yeah.
but what he
I
said-
get more goosebumps from the actual video before the fight that they showed the package video.
That
edited and
video's
all that shit.
amazing.
That's
Everything
what I get the goosebumps from.
that is the single best WrestleMania of all time.
These little segments that they have for talk shows are important to build storylines. And if you notice,
When they work.
for Alexa Bliss, they've tried to build different storylines each of her
They
segments.
try for everything they do.
It just hasn't worked.
That's the
But that's not
problem.
entirely her fault because now you're adding other elements, right?
How
coming out to hit fucking who?
I forgot what specifically
Right?
she
That
said. She
shit
was saying
bombed.
this week. I should have fucking wrote it down, but she's not the best.
No,
She's
I'm
not the best.
I'm
Yo,
saying
Vic,
that
you've
either.
said some dumb shit before, but this isn't even close.
Yo, give us some sour patches, yo.
Oh, yeah.
Because you know what? Kevin Owens actually put on a fucking great show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he did.
he did.
He was funny.
It worked.
He made them both laugh.
Yeah.
It
Like,
was, it was
genuinely.
good.
It was good.
Watch it again. Yo,
I
what-
saw
It's
it.
a favor.
Nah,
My thing was just they actually.
You know,
fought,
but this time just actually watch it.
I don't know.
No.
Maybe I just
Wait,
maybe it just should be-
wait a second. Now you're saying just because they fought on the show that it was good?
No,
No, not you. I'm talking to Vic.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm stepping back.
But
I said that's the only good thing that I had, that they fought, that they got physical.
But they did the same thing on A Moment of Bliss. They
Word.
do it numerous times. They always get physical on that.
physical.
They don't always get physical.
Yes, they do.
physicality
It
with
always
talk
leads
shows
to
is
a
synonymous.
match. So somebody comes out. Finn Balor came out
Dude.
one time, and then
What
Lashley
do you
came
mean?
out. I mean, Leo Rush came
No
out.
way Jose and Elias got physical this past
This
week.
week, okay, I'll
Nia
give you that.
Jax
Okay.
and Dean Ambrose, and then Dean Ambrose and Elias got into it numerous times on the show too.
Okay, but that led to matches,
The good shit.
right? These guys, they came, they fought. That's it. They cut it. It was short. It wasn't, I'm just
Yo.
not a fan of the talk. I'm not a
Shut
fan
the
of.
fuck up, though. Yeah! Beer pong champ.
That is.
Yo, come
Shout
see
out to
me,
beer
yo.
pong, because beer pong will be played
Come see me
at the No Tailgate.
at the No
at the
Nice Things tailgate. I will beer pong anybody, anywhere. You see that shit? Got you, Poppy.
Yo, you're the type of guy that fast forwards through the storyline.
Right.
Porn, right?
Right.
Whoa.
No. I get the details, and then I fast forward.
What?
So well, I can't really talk
Alright,
about it right
yeah.
now. Yeah.
Never mind.
Speaking
yo.
of fast forward,
I like the fast forward button.
You're hurting yourself.
You
right
need
now.
a fast forward button.
How about this AJ Styles and Randy Orton segment?
All right, these Sour Patches gotta go.
Yeah, this is a lot, right?
Like all I hear is chewing, is bugging the shit out of me.
You like
Like,
ASMR? All right, bet.
I hate those videos, bro. I really just want to reach through the video and just like punch the person like eating mad loud.
Well,
So, what were we talking about?
Apparently, these loud ass fucking chewers that finally got a platform, fucking putas.
AJ Styles and Randy Orton?
Oh, those
Is-
them too, yeah.
Is that who we talk about?
That's exactly.
I
what we're
wasn't,
talking
but yeah, sure.
All right, so let's get to the gauntlet match, right?
How we just what?
about. Okay, let's skip everything and just.
yeah, we just skipped. Fuck it, let's get
No,
into
there
it.
was just one segment.
I tell you, the in-ring segment with Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns. Yo, what the fuck, yo? Pay attention, you mother. This is why we cannot have a single nice thing.
You just said we are gonna talk about the segment with AJ and Randy Orton, and we completely skipped that.
So talk about it.
I don't want to.
All right, so then let's talk about the fucking gauntlet match.
Nobody has anything to say about that?
Nah, man. We're
Whack.
protesting.
Whack.
This is a protest, ladies
Whack.
and gentlemen. This is a protest
Their gear
because
whack.
the face whack, the unicorns whack, the cereal whack. Me, I'm fly as fuck. Yo,
Facts.
the thing is, right? And the thing is,
Kids.
I feel bad even talking about it because they really made this feel so unbelievable the whole time. Like just storyline wise, right? You have Rowan, right? Like near the beginning of this fucking match, like put him through a table. You have Samoa Joe, put him in the Coquina clutch and knock him out and shit. Like you've got all this extracurricular shit and still like
He lost.
that was crazy. I know he lost, but he won like what he knew was coming, right? And the way they wrote it up, they made that shit look just impossible.
honestly, I disagree. The entire time I went into this, I watched it. I'm like, he's still gonna pull it through. He's gonna win it. I thought it was predictable, and when I heard Vince McMahon's music, I was like, oh.
That surprised you?
It surprised me.
I
Because I
expected
thought
it.
he was gonna win it. It seemed predictable. I mean, he took his bumps. They destroyed him. Sure, that's classic.
Nah, but they told a great story.
It was a
I
great
just wish they wrote it a little not as aggressively, cause like they didn't need Samoa Joe to take that L.
Okay.
Like you know what I'm saying? Samoa Joe didn't have to knock him out. Like that was unnecessary.
I
Samoa
will
Joe could have put
say-
him through a table.
I will say
Disqualified.
the
Bam.
wins he had over some of these individuals didn't seem as legitimate. You know what I mean? They were in great spots. You know what I mean?
I mean,
The
it's a
Trouble in
gauntlet match.
Paradise didn't hit fantastically.
Well, it's a gauntlet match. He's supposed to be tired when he's hitting those.
No, yeah,
no,
man.
but
He was gassed.
I'm talking about even Sheamus was just the first match.
Like even when he did the SOS, like
Right?
he was tired. He didn't get
That
the full
was
rotation.
a missed spot though.
No,
That's
he
why
was tired. He
was
couldn't
ti-
hit that spot. He's been in there for
They
like an
should.
hour.
Did
But
I don't
then
even
the
remember.
They didn't speak on that.
Did
though.
they sell
did.
it? Did they
did it.
sell it to
They
its
did.
full
They did.
potential?
Yeah.
So I didn't hear them say that he was tired.
Did
They
anybody
said he
kick
hurt
out of him?
himself.
No. They brought up the fact that he's been in there for like 45 plus minutes already.
But at that point, if he hit one after that point, did they kick out of it?
I don't know.
Yeah, he hit one at that point, but
And they kicked
out.
out?
Oh no, yeah.
'Cause
What's his
he
name
took
kicked
the-
out of it?
Okay.
He took the.
So then
blunt out
that's
of
good
it.
because you got to sell that it's
No, but he
not
fell on his
he's
head.
not hitting he's
It's
not fully
it's a
hitting
weak
it.
finisher.
Yeah, it's not he's not fully hitting
But
that
he hit
finisher.
him. He hit his head like he didn't wrap the leg when he was doing SOS.
Yeah, he dropped
Oh,
himself right on the
fucked
top
up.
of his
Yeah.
head.
It
He
was a fuck
DDT'd
up.
himself.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
But still, it was great. I thought I knew Kofi was gonna get it, and then when I heard Vince come out, I was like, oh shit, they caught me.
Nah, I just had that in the back of my mind with the whole stat that came up beforehand. That's why I brought it up.
What's the stat?
The nobody's ever won a gauntlet, especially Austin. I was like, Austin never
Austin
won
was
one,
5 for
man.
6.
I was like, Austin didn't win this.
Right. They
Do
got
they do it or not?
You know, yeah, you know. SOS, I hear them shouting.
So
were
we're
saying?
trying to legitimize ourselves, right, in professional wrestling by bringing these mixed martial artists, right? Our world is fucked up right now. There's a lot of things in our reality that
Where
are
you
occurring.
going with this?
Why not bring that into wrestling?
Bring what?
Why
Oh,
not
shit.
have some racists in the
Respeta.
company? Why not have some sexists?
Have you
and
seen the
have
fans?
Exactly, they're eating it up. Because at the end of the day, it is a work. At
What
the
is-
end
what-
of the day,
What
it
was
is
the
a work.
in the '90s? They did what was currently,
Right?
They played on what was
Listen.
currently going.
I don't
on
think
in-
the fans
in
can
current
handle
events.
that today, though.
That's a
And
problem.
you know what? And
That's
as
a problem.
mad as they're gonna be,
Nah, but you
Yeah,
got
yeah,
That's
sponsors.
how much heat is
But-
gonna work. That's why you. That's more
we
reason to
want
do
heat.
it.
No,
I get
we
it.
want heat.
but
No, I get
the
it.
thing
Yeah.
is, WWE has bigger sponsorships than they've ever had before, and to lose those, they would.
I say fuck
it's a-
those sponsorships.
you say
man.
that, but they're making money with these
They can,
sponsors.
they can live
Sponsors?
without those
Listen,
sponsors
the
right now.
sponsors are gonna look at the numbers.
They didn't have those
And at the end of
sponsors
the day,
in the
if you're
'90s.
mad
No,
about some
because
shit,
they don't
you know
wanna-
what? At the end of the day, if you're mad about some shit, you're gonna look it up because R. Kelly
Alright,
has had more
alright.
downloads than ever
Yes.
after everything
Yes.
that's come out. Michael Jackson's had more downloads
Alright.
than ever right now.
All
So
right.
it sells.
Okay, and you're
and
right
it's
about
It's
that.
trending right
But
now. Per
A
se.
lot of companies do not want to associate with those types
There's
of
more
products.
Donald Trump water being sold right now than ever.
Yeah. And it was at the
It
time
worked
where
so much
was,
it went over.
No nice things.
It was
I don't think it was as over as you want to believe it was.
People were chanting "We the People,"
it was around the
not
time of
knowing what the
those
hell they were
those.
talking
I
about.
was chanting Soy Gordito.
I do remember that,
I
actually.
do.
No,
do,
people
yeah.
out there saying "We the People" and there was some racist connotation behind it.
Yeah. That's what they got. The feel
I'm
for
just saying,
it
if
is.
professional wrestling is that, can always do that. Just
Yeah,
the way
but
that
they're
comedy
not-
No
does.
fucks are ever given, and we
Right?
we shouldn't be so sensitive to that shit. And if you're a real wrestling fan, you really shouldn't take it to heart. You should know what it really is.
I don't
And if
think
you're worried
I don't
about
think you're worried.
sponsors,
I don't think you're worrying
focus
about
more
the
on
real wrestling
pay-per-views.
fans though.
That's the problem. The real wrestling fans shouldn't worry, but the new ones, if they're buying into the storylines, I don't think they can separate the two. I don't know. I don't think they can do that.
At the end of the day,
There's a lot of social justice
infamy
warriors
and-
out
and
there
being famous and being
that are mad
infamous,
sensy.
you get the same type of
It's
concept.
it's a different ball game out there, bro. It's
I don't
completely
know.
different climate than it was in the 90s.
I mean, they did some crazy
So-
racy
so-
shit in the 90s.
So
and
we're
they
talking
survived
about
it.
we're specifically talking about WWE right now, though.
So let's talk about the Nation of Domination, right? Talk about some risky shit that they did in the 90s, right? The Nation of Domination was like a Black Panther party
Yeah.
for the WWE. And they were tremendous, and then they kind of got, funked up by the end, you know what I'm saying? But, like, they started out as, like, this really powerful pro-Black group, which leads me to 2 points, right? The first, have you heard of this indie star named David Starr?
Yeah.
David Starr is supposed to wrestle Jay Lethal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's supposed to wrestle He's a Jew, right? He's Jewish. He's supposed to wrestle Jay Lethal in Israel. They turned this story like really, really racy, and David Starr cut a really, really like dope promo where he was talking about Jay Lethal's black machismo and how they're going to Israel like to be with the Jews, and like there was like a lot of line walking. You know what I'm saying? That like most people wouldn't touch, and he fucking did a really good, passionate job. I could see why it rubbed people the wrong way, but not because it was risky in any kind of way. I thought he spoke a lot of truth. Like he was talking about this toxic masculinity that Jay Lethal exhibited. He referenced himself as like this underdog Jew going up against like a Goliath, like in terms of popularity and whatnot, and how he was gonna bring indie status back to the title instead of like this corporate machine that Jay Lethal has become. It was a really dope cut promo, but because he told that line, they forced him to bring it down, and he was forced by like ROH and shit to take it down.
And that's my point. Like sponsorships and stuff like that are gonna determine the way that some of these things go.
But I see somebody like ROH. Okay.
No, but even ROH.
WWE wouldn't have touched that shit with a fucking
Hell
10-foot
no.
pole. You
Hell
kidding me?
no.
But if they really wanted to, like they could take that hit.
No, man, no.
Yeah, these guys they have money to.
It don't matter. They're
Out the
trying to make
wazoo.
money. They're not trying to.
they're
I
pub-
understand
they're a
that.
public
I
company.
understand that. I understand that.
They're
fact.
publicly
No
traded
company. No
now. They
company
can't
is never
risk
not
that.
trying to make money.
This
Every
is as
company's trying to
close
make money.
to that they're gonna get.
Yeah, seriously. If a
Okay.
company like Ring of Honor can't touch that, what makes you think WWE can do something like
Okay,
that?
so
Only
so
because
what's
of
to
their bank.
say?
Only because of their wallet.
What's to say they're not doing it already? They're just not being direct about it, right? Because that's what Kofi-Mania is all about. Right now, we have a man that has put in the work, blood, sweat, and tears for 11 years. Finally gets an opportunity at the main event picture and gets fucking shitted on by Vincent Kennedy McMahon himself. We're to the point now people are calling him a racist. And the reality is there some truth to that? Well, look at the history of WWE. How many African American
no.
main event stars have you had?
Besides The Rock.
Besides The Rock, and he's ambiguous.
He's
Let's keep it
racially
real.
ambiguous.
That's why he's a movie star. He's racially ambiguous.
Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley? Really?
He main evented.
ECW champion, really?
We've all had
No,
mistakes.
he main evented
Hulk
against Roman
Hogan beat
Reigns.
Yokozuna. That was a mistake, all right?
And he
It
didn't
happens.
win.
But he main evented against
He
Roman
But the
didn't
Reigns.
reality
win.
is we haven't had it, right? And people will say, well, that maybe there hasn't been that particular African-American talent to win the title, to be that, to grab that brass rail. But you can't grab something you never
Ring.
had opportunity to grab. And we talk about who controls who controls
Can you
remote control.
can you
it's Vince McMahon.
legitimate can you
What's the word?
legitimately
What say it again?
argue
Legitimately
argue a point for any of those African American superstars and say that one of them deserved to be the face of the company?
Farouk.
Farouk?
Farouk?
Okay, but look at the guys he was going up against. What that time period?
That's a horrible
Like,
experiment.
who's he beating really?
I mean, they were going up
That's
against
fair.
the Hart Foundation.
Bret
Yeah,
Hart.
yeah. How about early?
Hey,
No. But my point being is like there were so many other people that were deserving as well,
Shawn Michaels was that era.
and a lot of people that never got a chance with the strap.
Vader was that era. I
It's
think.
just it's a tough era to like say those things.
And
but
that's-
that's the excuse for every era. Because we're still
Okay,
talking
but
about the
what-
fact that there has not been, besides Bobby Lashley,
That's an excuse,
for
but
like a day.
that can be taken
Wait,
as an
you're gonna-
excuse.
How about Booker T?
Mark
He
Henry.
was
Booker
the
T.
main-
He was
Booker
the
T was
world
world
heavyweight.
And how has
I'm
he
talking
been
about
treated?
the WWE champion. And even when Mark Henry won it, that wasn't the main title. Let's keep it.
No,
understandable.
but not at the time. But today that title holds most prestige. The
No.
SmackDown, the WWE title.
that WWE title is now the WCW title. Am I wrong in saying
No, yeah, you're wrong.
that? As far as lineage,
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Universal's number 2.
Yeah, still it's number 2.
Yeah, WWE is number 1 still.
Yeah, absolutely.
The one that
I think
Daniel
you're
Bryan
incorrect.
has.
No.
I think you're correct.
You
the
are-
highest title at
you
the level, which
are-
is why the
Universal?
prize
Yes.
fighter Brock Lesnar has held it for how many
Yes.
days and defended it so many.
I
That-
didn't take that. I didn't take
No.
Brock Lesnar into consideration, but
What the fuck?
I mean, that's the Universal title's the main title.
I'm only
on
saying
the
because
entire
But
he's
it's
brand.
not.
only the
But
second.
You look at
yeah,
him,
but
the
it's
second
not.
person
It's
to-
but it's not the original WWE title.
Yeah,
No.
no.
And he's only what 2 or 3 people into that world title, that Universal title. How many people hold that title?
Like,
I mean,
I think
Finn,
Brock is a
Brock-
fourth.
you can't
It's
can't
like four
say you can't say the
champions.
Universal title is the main title right now either though because the World Heavyweight Championship was a main title on Raw for so long.
Yeah.
So it has that same prestige.
And even when they split it,
But
they
the
made it a
WWE
point
title
to
was
say
still
that.
their title. Like
So once again, if you listen to what I'm saying, I said that the WCW title, the World Heavyweight title, was the second in lineage as far as what it represents.
it wasn't
Not-
all the time. Though.
It was.
It wasn't all
It
the time though.
was.
When Triple H and
When
Batista were
John
going at
Cena-
it, that was the main title.
Was it though?
When it
Yes.
was on Raw,
It was
yeah.
Yes.
on Raw.
100%.
When it was on Raw,
yes.
yeah. When it was on Raw and Triple H had it, that was their number 1 because Triple H they were selling Raw and Raw was the number 1 brand.
It wasn't until what was it,
I don't
Batista or
remember
So
Triple
you're
H
when,
telling
went
me
when
over to
WWE
SmackDown.
really put a WCW belt as
They
the number
did.
1 belt?
There's fucking.
That's how I
visuals.
took it at least. At least I took it when Triple H had that strap. Who was SmackDown's champ? I think Brock had it.
Well,
But
JBL would had at the
JBL,
time.
right?
Oh,
Cena,
'cause they were-
JBL.
Yeah,
When
'cause
are we gonna
Triple
talk
H-
about trash champions? Because JBL was it.
You think so?
Trash.
He was the Jinder Mahal of that time.
Mahomes.
Think
Yeah,
so?
and they loved him.
But but
They
you know
loved the
what?
shit out of
He
that,
actually
man.
his promos worked.
Yeah.
His
Trash.
segments actually worked.
That was
The
another
in-ring work
racist
wasn't
fuck.
as terrible. He was racist as well.
I
mean, listen,
yeah.
Listen, at the end of the day, as long as we understand that this is a shoot work, I'm all right with it. Because at the end of the day, this is an escape, and this is a reflection of reality. And ladies and gentlemen, we
There's
live
a
in a country
difference, though.
where
So
this is a highlight right now.
Can we agree that this whole racism thing got brewed up by just like newbie fans, or
It got blown up, but the reason why there's some kind of context behind
Is
it
the
is because of the
history.
history. And that's
Yeah.
the reality. And we can't hide from it.
yeah.
Let's talk about it. Let's be real about it. Let's name the
But okay,
facts.
but back to what I asked you before. It's just I don't think Farouk did enough or more than Brett, Sean,
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Razor,
Like,
all these guys.
And I hear that. And that's why I mentioned specifically about the opportunities that were provided, right? Because there's a lot of guys doing work elsewhere that maybe never got those shots because of that same thing. We talk all the time about Vince McMahon's vision of a main eventer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what it's supposed to be. A big brolic motherfucker, right?
Right.
Same thing could be said for the color of their skin. I'm just saying. I'm not saying Vince McMahon's a racist, but is he a little? Hey,
Un ching.
Ching ching.
you know what I'm saying?
Un ching
There
ching.
might be some truth behind it. He may be biased, right?
I mean, you can argue it.
But that's
The
not
history's
just Vince
there.
McMahon, right? That's life. At the end of the day, that's life. So that's why they're working this angle right now. That's why Kofi-Mania is getting screwed over left and right. And it works. We're eating it up. We're upset.
Well,
We're calling Vince McMahon a
they can eat it up
racist.
all they want. I know I can't fit any more anxiety on my plate, so I,
I mean-
already know I'm gonna ahead of time, and I'm gonna
And
foresee Kofi at that main event match.
well, I mean, look, at the end
no
of the
matter
day,
what.
Daniel Bryan went through the same things pretty
right?
much.
And
Like,
they
did,
ended
he
up
did,
with the
he
same
did.
shit.
so,
But it's
arguably worse because he had to defend the title. He not defend the title. He had to go
Wrestle
that
twice.
night.
twice in a night. He had to pull
Yeah.
double duty.
So are we about to say the same thing for Kofi?
absolutely not. 17 matches.
17.
But I will say
That's it?
the angle Daniel Bryan had going for him for pity, right? The angle Daniel Bryan had for
That's
him.
only like
he
7
was
hours.
a smaller wrestler,
Yeah.
right? That was the angle they used. They can use this Kofi Kingston African American angle.
They
They
should.
can use it.
They
And
should.
there's nothing wrong with that. Because this is, at the end of the day, when we watch wrestling as an escape, we want to relate to the characters. This is some of our realities.
Yeah.
No. Like this
Yeah.
storyline fits.
At the end of the day, if I get stopped by the cops, I got stopped by the cops in the day driving out of work. Flashlights were blown on me right away.
All the
And I'm
more
not saying
sense
that's
to
all the
do
case,
it. All the more sense.
But
to
this
do
is
it.
a reality, right? I did what I had to do. Everything was fine. But this is a reality. So we can play on that. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
One thing
Yeah,
sure
no,
is
absolutely.
that
I agree.
they have us talking about it, right? So I mean,
Yeah.
it's worked. It worked, and they got everybody thinking at least what they want them to think.
You know what I'm scared of? Well, one of you scallywags mentioned before.
Herpes?
Alleyway.
Don't touch
Motherfucker,
me.
don't talk to me like that.
Herpes?
don't touch me.
Ah,
Samuel.
see,
That
you-
Kofi goes to Mania and loses.
Nah, he's not losing.
You think he's gonna win?
Yeah.
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 No, I don't
Yo,
know.
what if
I would
what
hope
if
he
what if
wins.
Vince puts him in the Andre the Giant Babao?
He didn't say what he's gonna
No.
do at Mania.
No, he puts him in the battle, and he has to win the battle
Yeah,
to be able to.
in order to get the title match.
I think that would be fucking awesome.
Actually,
Double
I think that would be
damn,
fucking
fellas,
awesome.
fellas, that's fucking brilliant.
He just showed he can
Remind you, Braun is
survive
in
a
it already.
gauntlet match.
Now, here's it. Well, Braun
Kingston
hasn't
is-
been
is-
anything of anything.
And Kofi Kingston's the king of surviving.
That's fucking very valid.
Right.
I had a second point, and my
Right to
second
self.
point was, what about what Big E said? Right?
Ah.
What Big E said on social
Vikings.
media, and he was talking about how like our kind, right? Our kind don't get those kinds of opportunities, and we're not expected to win, and maybe we've got to like make a decision about our future. What say you about that? That's pretty spicy.
Picante.
I like it because it counteracts everything that Kofi goes for. Kofi's a company guy. He's going to do whatever he can do in the ring to get those opportunities. He's not going to do anything crazy like quit the company or something like that or threaten to quit.
Now,
He even went after the segment, after Smackdown, they did a segment on YouTube where they were all talking and Xavier and Big E were like, "Oh, we should go. Like, they don't have anything for us
We should
here."
quit.
Like, yeah.
Yeah,
So
he
now
was
And
what
saying-
Kofi
if-
was like, "Nah, because this was the wrong time to quit. If I quit now, everything was for nothing." And I think they're setting up Big E turning heel because of that.
So how about Big E turns heel and then it becomes like an Austin Rock with Big E
I
and
think that
Kofi.
would be fucking
And
phenomenal. And
you
now
go-
you have two black.
You go from exactly.
It's
You go
just
from having like
perfect.
these two, like these no opportunities for black guys in this company,
And then
like,
you have Malcolm X versus Martin Luther King.
God
Pretty
damn.
much.
any
not-
means
But
necessary
I'm
versus
not
the
trying to
New
make
Day.
a joke. I'm being
Yeah,
serious.
yeah.
I hear
You
you,
have
I
the
hear you.
aggressive in Malcolm X, and you have the passive in Martin Luther King.
Let's
which is
clarify. We
Kofi.
are in no way saying that any of this is like civil rights, but it's just
No,
as the
that's
civil,
not-
as the
I'm
stories are
saying,
being
yeah.
written, there
Yeah,
are
as it
parallels to
looks
be
like
drawn.
it is,
Let's
yeah.
fucking calm everybody down before they burn our fucking
Yeah, 'cause
houses
I was
down.
gonna say, who's Rosa Parks in this picture?
Naomi.
Bliss.
Alicia
God-
Fox.
Oh
Holy
my
sh-
God. 'Cause she's sitting somewhere.
She's got time on her hands.
You know who doesn't? You know who ain't got no more time?
That's all the time we got.
Oh no!
We still don't care where you got your fix because we know you getting it, and
Shot.
especially now on YouTube Live, baby,
Yes,
every
sir.
week on a Wednesday, and we there on your commute on Fridays too.
Yes,
if you
sir,
just
yes,
chilling
sir.
with the audio, SoundCloud, Spotify, all that good
Shout
stuff.
out to the Night Job Podcast. Had me on last
Shout
week.
out to Homeboys, man. Check that episode out, episode 45, man. Night Job Podcast. Shout out to Love for Black and Cass and Tone.
And check us out on WrestleMania weekend, man.
We're
We're
only
gonna be,
two
we're gonna be
stops.
out and
Are
about.
we doing? What are we doing?
Two stops away from the road to WrestleMania.
Are you going?
And
Are you going to WrestleMania?
Yes,
I'm going.
Yes,
Y'all
yes.
going?
No.
You going?
Nah,
I have a
No.
match.
No. You have a match?
you have a match.
Yeah,
Listen.
I forgot to tell you.
Who you beating? Your meat?
I'm not eating meat for 40 days.
Like
so I
he
guess
owe
not.
you money.
I didn't say eat it. That's a whole nother game.
Hey.
The No Nice Things tailgate,
That's
and
right.
that's what we all doing. And then we're gonna be lit live on April the 7th, right before WrestleMania. We're gonna have everything for you.
Right a lot.
Beer pong, prizes, raffles,
Cornhole.
live
Games.
shows.
Cornhole.
Are we gonna do the Xbox thing?
I think we're doing the Xbox things. We're
Oh,
gonna do
yeah.
WWE 2K.
All right.
Promo show.
Just don't
Some
steal it.
promo.
Oh, the promo competition. More news coming out on that.
Yeah, we'll keep y'all
Promo
next
posted on that.
week.
Money to be
We're
earned.
definitely doing some special things.
Or
out for
not.
you
Maybe
guys.
we'll just give you like a hug.
So check it
And-
out.
and
Remember,
for
you don't-
any-
remember, you don't need a ticket to go to WrestleMania to join us for the tailgate. All you need to be is at the parking lot. So
Yeah,
just
come
check
join us in the
out.
parking
You
lot.
have to
Free,
pay
no
Yo, there's a
coverage.
bunch of
Parking
people
lot.
that said they're gonna come through to the parking lot. Yo.
Word.
Shout out to
This
them,
is chill.
man. No, look,
And
much
for
love.
any Apple Podcast subscribers, don't forget to rate and review
To do what?
our podcast.
Oh.
What are you doing?
Rate and review.
What are you?
Review and rate.
And don't forget
Give
to
us
hit-
those 5 stars, or we'll give you 5 chair shots.
How many?
Right.
5.
Cinco.
Cinco.
Cinco. Cinco. Mother.
Wow,
10
mother
counts of
pinko.
10, so see y'all next